Today I'm going to show you some of Battlefront 2's rarest Easter eggs and secret details. Some of these are actually quite hard to find, and I'm honestly surprised anyone in the community even figured out how to find them. And if you're familiar with Battlefront 2, you might have seen some of these before, but I hope in this video I also show you something new. And before we get started, if there are any Easter eggs that you know of that I don't mention in this video, please let me know in the comments, and also subscribe so I can get to 1 million subs before Battlefront 3. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. This Easter egg is probably the most complicated to unlock. It was added to Battlefront 2 with the game's final update, and completing this Easter egg is the only way to unlock the resilient appearance for Rey with epic rarity. You'll want to head to Takodana in online co-op. This mode is the only place to unlock this Easter egg, and you might need to play a few maps before you even get to Takodana on the rotation, just as a heads up. This one also takes quite a bit of time to complete, so once you spawn, head over to Mars's castle and make your way around the back. Once here, you should be able to find this blue and red Aurebesh writing on the back of the castle walls. And this says the pirate is hiding something. What could that mean? This here is our first clue to solving this Easter egg mystery. What pirate could this be referring to? If you head inside the castle up to the second level and enter this room, you'll find this painting of the pirate, Hondo Anaka. At your service. But Hondo here isn't the Easter egg. He's just a step along the way. If you shoot the painting, you'll be prompted to pick up a coin. So hold the button down to grab that, then head back outside. Once outside, you'll want to head over to where Slave 1 is parked. A little side note, I have no idea why Slave 1 is on Takodana during the Age of Resistance. But if you stand here, you'll once again be prompted again to press square, with 3 separate buttons in front of you. Here, you want to press left first, then right, and then the middle one. This then causes these lights in front of Slave 1 to flash. And these flashing lights represent the 501st. The left one flashes 5 times, the middle 0, and the right one once. 501st. Well, if you head back to Mars's castle, you'll notice there's actually a 501st Legion flag hanging here, the one with the stormtrooper. And we need to get up there, so go inside, climb the stairs, head out onto the roof, and then drop down onto this little ledge next to the flag. And you'll once again get a button prompt. Press that, and you'll see this brick slide back into the castle wall. Next, you need to head into the basement of the castle. Run to the end of the hallway and look for the room we see Rey in during The Force Awakens. Here, you can open the door, watch as it slowly rises, and once inside, you'll unlock the milestone it calls to you. That's the Rey skin being unlocked. If you look down here though, you can see this image of all the developers who worked on the game, which my friends decided to shoot to pieces.
I'm trying to take a photo of it, and you guys are just shooting it up.
So here's a better quality version. In this room, you can also see the box that holds Anakin's lightsaber, which Rey eventually gets, unlocks the flashback sequence for her in the movie, and there are a few other little knickknacks around the room as well, like this gong. But once you finish the round, you can then head back to the main menu where you'll find a crate called Resilient, which contains the Rey appearance. Pretty cool that the developers decided to include this Easter egg of themselves in Battlefront 2 though, which I think is part of their way of saying farewell and thank you, as this was added as part of the last update to Battlefront 2 and commemorates their time spent working on the game.
Hey,
can we actually see the lightsaber?
It's all just bullet holes.
There's an Easter egg you can find in Battlefront 2 aboard the First Order Resurgent class Star Destroyer. It's a reference to something outside of Star Wars canon. If you head into the cafeteria section of the Star Destroyer, you can find Matt the radar technician's uniform being pressed by an iron droid. This is a reference to the skit from SNL called Star Wars Undercover Boss Starkiller Base, which released in 2016, where Kylo Ren goes undercover on Starkiller Base as Matt the radar technician.
Yes, exactly.
Also, the First Order ironing droid first appeared in The Last Jedi and is a real thing.
I'm not Matt. I'm
Kylo Ren. You're Kylo Ren. You're Kylo Ren, we know.
Also, aboard the Star Destroyer in the cafeteria, you can actually interact with the food distributor, and a tray of food will appear at multiple stations. Stormtroopers gotta eat, and there are quite a few different trays of food dispensed from multiple stations here. Also, just gotta say, is this porg? Are they serving porg aboard the First Order Star Destroyer? Now this is possibly the hardest Easter egg to find in Battlefront 2 because you have to unlock it in the dark, while being hunted by flesh-eating teddy bears of the forest. Nope. In Ewok Hunt, placed around one of the 2 maps in this game mode are a bunch of pies. There are 2 Ewok Hunt maps. The pies will only appear on one of them, so make sure you're on the correct map when playing. And apparently there are about 8 of these pies, but to unlock this Easter egg, you'll only need to find 5 of them. You also need to be a stormtrooper to unlock the Easter egg. You can't be playing as an Ewok because you need to go around and shoot the 5 pies. The best way of getting this done is to load in with a bunch of friends so you can all search for pies at the same time and hopefully survive long enough to actually see and witness the Easter egg.
I do have a torch on. Oh, I just got stabbed.
Oh, you just got shanked.
Now, once you shoot 5 of these pies, your screen will likely start shaking. From here, use your mini-map to head to the northwest part of the map. And you can come across this bunker that is now open. The door to this was previously closed, but now you can walk in here, walk over to this console and hold down the button, and the Star Wars theme song will play out as a transmission.
Did you guys hear that?
Oh, that's epic.
Oh man, we're defending the bunker.
I've never seen this rare Battlefront 2 ability happen in live gameplay, but did you know that Count Dooku and Yoda have a rare interaction in Battlefront 2 that's a reference to their face-off in Attack of the Clones? If Dooku shoots Force Lightning at Yoda while Yoda's blocking, Yoda can shoot the Force Lightning back by immediately pressing the Force Push button. Oh.
There we go.
There you go.
Just shot it back to me.
And the same thing happens if you try this with Palpatine. Yoda is the only character in the game that's able to send back Force Lightning, but other characters are able to absorb lightning with their lightsaber, just like Obi-Wan did with Count Dooku in Attack of the Clones. But please, if you've seen this happen in an actual game, let me know. I've never seen it. And I think it's so cool that the developers went to this level of detail, making Yoda and Count Dooku and Palpatine's interactions feel like they did in the movies. This is arguably the darkest Easter egg in Battlefront 2. Either that, or it's the most hilarious. You can only find it on the Geonosis map in Galactic Assault, as it appears on one of these screens near this Republic Ford Command Center. Also, just as a heads up, if you go here in modes that aren't Galactic Assault, the screens will be blank, and all you'll see are the handprints left by your fallen clone brothers, but no Easter egg. Now, you'll likely die multiple times trying to look at this as well, as you're in the middle of a Battlefront war zone. But take a look at this map here. You can see on this screen. To some of you, part of this might look familiar. This here is a map of Earth's Great Lakes, the largest group of freshwater lakes on Earth, located on the United States-Canadian border. Put them side by side, and they're almost identical. You know what this means? The Battlefront 2 devs are trying to tell us that Earth and Geonosis are the same planet!
What?
So my theory here is that with Star Wars happening a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, the once barren planet of Geonosis evolved into Earth. Where we are now, on Earth, is Geonosis. Either that, or this is a warning, and it's the other way around. And Earth becomes Geonosis after an apocalypse, leaving the planet dry and barren, a desert, and infested with giant cockroaches called Geonosians. Next time you're on Felucia in Battlefront 2, take a closer look inside some of these small Felucian houses, because inside, stuck to the walls and cupboards, you'll find a few children's drawings with some rather interesting details. If you get close enough, here you can see that this is a drawing of an Acklay, that creature Obi-Wan faces in the Geonosis arena. Now, EA's Battlefront 2 might not have Acklay roaming the forest like they were in the original Battlefront 2, probably the scariest story mission in that game, considering how quickly they come at you with their pincers. But at least we have a drawing of one here that was likely done by a developer. Kind of funny to think the developer spent probably a day just making children's drawings and then putting them in Battlefront 2. On this same piece of paper, we can see a jelly grub, which were very briefly seen in the background of Revenge of the Sith on Felucia, ridden by clones during the Battle of Felucia. And there are also some dead corpses of jelly grubs lying around with green flames across the Felucia map in Battlefront 2. Here we have a Felucian bird, which you will see flying overhead on the map. This is a Felucian manta, which you can also see flying overhead, and this I think is just one of the mushroom plants we see all over the planet's surface. A few more cool details on Felucia. Someone has a pet snail who's just chilling here in this house like a cat. In this same house are a set of dentures, I assume for a Felucian to put in their teeth, or to use as teeth. Does it gross you out that they're just sitting out like this on the side table? It's like they're not in a cup or a glass or even on a plate or nothing. They're just on the table. What are you doing? And in here is also a postcard of Naboo's Theed Palace. Perhaps the Felucians who live here went to visit Naboo before the Clone Wars. In another house on Felucia, you can also find a fridge magnet from Naboo of the Theed Palace archway. Clearly these Felucian families are into their intergalactic tourism.
Is that legal?
Now, if you know of any other rare Easter eggs and details across other maps in Battlefront 2, please let me know in the comments. You can also come send them to me on Instagram and Twitter. And recently, I went exploring outside the map boundaries in Battlefront 2 and found so many cool details. If you want to see some of them, watch this video here. And thanks for watching this. Always remember,
stay bombastic.